Friends, in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain, we all long for strong, loving relationships. These connections, whether with our spouses, families, or friends, are at the very heart of a joyful and fulfilling life. But building and nurturing these relationships takes more than just good intentions. It requires a blueprint for love and commitment that can stand the test of time. Today, we're turning to the greatest source of wisdom on love, Jesus Christ. Over the next few minutes, we'll unlock 20 of these powerful principles, exploring how they can empower us to build stronger bonds and experience the fullness of love in our lives. At the very heart of Jesus' teachings is this simple yet profound command: love one another. This isn't just a suggestion, it's a fundamental principle for a life filled with joy and meaning. True love, the kind Jesus spoke of, is an active choice we make each and every day. It's about showing compassion when someone is hurting, offering a listening ear when they need to be heard, and extending grace even when they fall short. It's about putting their needs before our own, not out of obligation, but out of a heart overflowing with love. When we embrace this kind of love, it has the power to transform our relationships. It turns conflicts into opportunities for growth and understanding. So let's ask ourselves today, how can we love more fully in our own lives? How can we be a reflection of Jesus' love to those around us? Now, friends, let's talk about forgiveness. When someone hurts us, our natural instinct is to hold on to that pain, to build walls around our hearts to protect ourselves. But Jesus taught us that forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It's an act of incredible strength. Holding on to grudges, harboring resentment, it doesn't punish the other person. It poisons us from the inside out. But when we choose to forgive, we release ourselves from that burden. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning the wrong. It means choosing to let go of the hurt so that we can move forward in love and freedom. In a world that often celebrates fleeting moments over lasting bonds, Jesus' teachings on commitment stand as a beacon of hope and stability. Commitment is the bedrock of any strong and thriving relationship. It's about making a conscious choice day after day to love, cherish, and uphold the vows we've made. A house built on sand can't withstand the winds and waves of life's challenges, but a house built on the solid rock of commitment, that's a foundation that can weather any storm. Chapter 4. The role of communication. We often underestimate the power of communication in our relationships. Open and honest communication is the lifeblood of any healthy relationship. Jesus himself modeled this for us. He listened intently, spoke with compassion, and always sought to understand before seeking to be understood. When we communicate effectively, we build bridges of understanding, creating a safe space for vulnerability and connection. Chapter 5. Serving one another. In a world that often tells us to look out for number one, Jesus' message of serving one another is truly countercultural. When we approach our interactions with a heart of service, asking ourselves, how can I bless this person today? It changes everything. It shifts our focus from what's in it for me to how can I make their day a little brighter? In that giving, we discover a joy and a sense of purpose that money can't buy. Chapter 6. The value of patience. Patience isn't always easy, is it? We live in a world of instant gratification. But relationships, they're not microwavable meals. They take time to mature and develop their full flavor. A gardener doesn't plant a seed and then dig it up every day to see if it's sprouted. They nurture it, water it, and give it time to grow. And that's what we need to do in our relationships. Extend grace, offer understanding, and allow space for growth. Chapter 7. Building trust. Trust is the foundation upon which every strong relationship is built. It's the glue that holds us together through thick and thin, the safe haven where we can be our most authentic selves. Building trust is an ongoing process, a series of deposits we make into the emotional bank account of our relationships. Every promise kept, every secret held sacred, every act of kindness strengthens the foundation of trust. Chapter 8. The power of kindness. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it's easy to forget the power of simple acts of kindness. Those small gestures, a warm smile, a listening ear, a helping hand, have the power to transform our relationships. A kind word can brighten someone's day. A thoughtful gesture can make them feel loved and appreciated. Kindness is the language that everyone understands, a universal symbol of love and compassion. Chapter 9. Respecting differences. We are all fearfully and wonderfully made, each one of us unique and special in God's eyes. Our differences are not meant to divide us. They're meant to enrich our lives, to broaden our perspectives, and to deepen our understanding of the world around us. When we approach our relationships with an attitude of respect and curiosity, we open ourselves up to a world of learning and growth. Chapter 10. Friends, when we invite God into our relationships, amazing things happen. Prayer has the power to transform our hearts, to soften our edges, and to draw us closer to one another. When we pray for our loved ones, we're aligning our hearts with God's heart for them. We're asking for His wisdom, His guidance, and His blessing on their lives. And that, my friends, is a powerful thing. Chapter 11. Now, friends, let's talk about compromise. Compromise is not about losing. It's about finding a solution that works for everyone involved. It's about putting the we before the me. Recognizing that a relationship is a partnership, a shared journey where both voices deserve to be heard. Chapter 12. Friends. In a world filled with distractions, it's easy to let quality time with our loved ones slip through the cracks. Relationships thrive on connection. They need time and attention to flourish, just like a garden needs sunlight and water. So let's make time for those who matter most. Chapter 13. The role of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful force for good in our relationships. When we focus on the good, when we appreciate the blessings in our lives, it changes our perspective. It shifts our focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, filling our hearts with joy and contentment. Gratitude is like a breath of fresh air in our relationships, infusing them with love, appreciation, and a deep sense of connection. Chapter 14. The importance of boundaries. Boundaries are not about building walls or shutting people out. They're about creating healthy, sustainable relationships where everyone feels respected and valued. Think of boundaries like fences around a garden. They protect the delicate flowers within, preventing them from being trampled or overrun. Healthy boundaries in our relationships create a safe space for vulnerability, intimacy, and growth. The power of encouragement. Words of affirmation, expressions of belief, they have the power to lift us up, to inspire us to reach for our dreams, and to remind us that we're not alone in the journey. Chapter 16. Friends. Faith is a powerful force for good in our lives, and it plays a vital role in strengthening our relationships. When we share a common faith, it's like having a shared language, a deep understanding that transcends words. Chapter 17. Honesty, friends, it's the bedrock of any strong and healthy relationship. When we're honest with each other, we create a safe space for vulnerability, for authenticity, for true intimacy to flourish. We're free to be ourselves, flaws and all, knowing that we're loved and accepted just as we are. Chapter 18. Humility, friends, it's not about thinking less of ourselves, it's about thinking of ourselves less. When we let go of our need to be right, to be in control, to be the center of attention, we create space for love, for grace, and for true connection to flourish. Chapter 19. Friends, we all need someone in our corner, someone who believes in us, who cheers us on, and who's there to catch us when we fall. That's the power of support in relationships. Chapter 20. Love, friends, it's more than just a feeling, it's a verb. It's about going the extra mile, making that phone call, sending that encouraging text, just letting someone know that you're thinking of them and that you care. Outro, friends, as we've journeyed together through these 20 timeless teachings of Jesus on love and marriage, I pray that your hearts have been touched and your spirits renewed. When we put these principles into practice, we not only strengthen our relationships, we create ripples of hope and healing that extend far beyond our own homes. So let's go out there and be love in action, spreading kindness, compassion, and grace wherever we go.